else.
Now, you think that I would be used to some blasé stupidity by now, but sometimes some things kind of pop up and makes me go, okay. So it's quite difficult to know who's jesting and who isn't at times. So some of the things that I've been hearing is Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte is already set. That's the fight that Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn want. What they don't want is Deontay Wilder. Now, first of all, Deontay Wilder has first refusal. Okay? He's been offered the fight first. The only way that Joshua versus Dillian Whyte happens is if Deontay Wilder does not take the fight for mega money with a guaranteed rematch clause, win, lose or draw, for the rematch to take place in America. But first fight has to happen on April 13th at Wembley Stadium. So that's the first one. But again, they also say for some reason on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, wherever, that Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn, as per usual, just want to have in-house fights. Again, that's why they don't want Deontay Wilder. So I thought what we'd do is we'll have a quick look at Anthony Joshua's resume. Let's see how many in-house matchroom fights he's actually had, shall we? Now, we can discard the first, 15 of them, okay? And, well, I say 15, Gary Cornish, he was 21-0, okay? He was an undefeated fighter, but Gary Cornish was not a matchroom fighter. Then he took on Dillian Whyte, who is currently the number 1 in the WBC and WBC Silver Champion and number 1 in the WBO. Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua. At the time, Dillian Whyte was undefeated, but he was not part of Matchroom at that point. He signed for Matchroom for the next fight after, but at that time, Dillian Whyte was not a Matchroom fighter. Then he went up and had his first world title fight against Charles Martin. Charles Martin was not a Matchroom fighter. Guess what fighter he was? Yeah, Al Haymon's PBC. Okay? An in-house fight would have been him versus Deontay Wilder. They didn't want to do that one, did they? No, they couldn't afford it. Yet they have 50 million to give Anthony Joshua. Yet nobody in America knows who Anthony Joshua is, right? But yet they've got 50 million to give him, but couldn't give Charles Martin 5 million. For a unification. Well, that could have made Deontay Wilder an A-side, right? Because he's got 2 of the belts. But no, anyway, Charles Martin, PBC fighter. Then he took on Dominic Breazeale. Again, another undefeated fighter. This is 4 undefeated fighters on the trot, by the way. Dominic Breazeale, 17-0. PBC fighter, yeah. Al Haymon, not Matchroom. So already, as you can see, he's yet to have an in-house fight. Then he takes on Eric Molina. Eric Molina, I'm not too sure who promotes him. I'm presuming PBC. Either way, even if it's not Matchroom, I know that much. Okay, so still, he hasn't fought an in-house fight against any other Matchroom Eddie Hearn fighter. Then he takes on Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko, it should come to no surprise that he's in fact, or was, a K2 fighter. Managed by who? Yep, Shelly Finkel. Who else did Shelly Finkel manage? Deontay Wilder. Why didn't Deontay Wilder versus Vladimir Klitschko happen when they had the same manager? Bit of a head scratcher, that one, isn't it? Oh yeah, because Deontay Wilder wasn't ready, according to Shelly Finkel. He didn't want to make that fight. Either way, Vladimir Klitschko was not a Matchroom fighter. Okay? Then he took on Carlos Takam, his IBF mandatory. It was originally supposed to be Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat Pulev was a Sauerland fighter. Team Sauerland, okay? So again, not Matchroom, but that fight didn't happen anyway. Then he got switched to Carlos Takam. Is Carlos Takam a Matchroom fighter? No, he's not. I'm not too sure who promotes him, to be honest. But what I do know is it ain't Matchroom. Then he took on Joseph Parker. Is Joseph Parker a Matchroom fighter? He kind of is now, but when he took on Joshua, no, he wasn't. He's Duco, David Higgins, okay? So when Joseph Parker fights in America, he's a top-ranked fighter, okay? When he fights outside of America, he's Duco. Duco Entertainment, or Duco Events, sorry. Not Matchroom. In fact, he's still kind of not Matchroom, but he has an option now after he fought Anthony Joshua that if you want to fight in the UK, we can promote that event for you going forward. But at the time, he wasn't a matchroom fighter. Okay? Then he took on, in his last fight, Alexander Povetkin. Who's he promoted by? World of Boxing. In Russia, not matchroom. So already, we've already shown you that every single fight that Anthony Joshua has had has, guess what? Not been an in-house fight. He's never had an in-house fight. So again, I mean, I don't know if it's a case of these are Wilder fans saying it, or if they're Tyson Fury fans. Now, if you're Tyson Fury fans, I'm presuming you're British, so therefore you should know a lot more, right? You should know a hell of a lot better. It's kind of forgivable with some Wilder fans because, let's be honest, a lot of them not born with the same brain cells that they currently have. They were born with more than what they have now. For whatever reason, it seems to be a fanatical Deontay Wilder fan, you've got to lose a whole ton of them, okay? Now, Deontay Wilder, should we see how many in-house fights he's had? Just while we're on the subject, I would do a Tyson Fury one, but Tyson Fury, as I said, I don't believe it's actually his fans because I don't think his fans are that stupid to not know who it is that Anthony Joshua is fighting and whether or not they're a matchroom fighter or not. So we can go all the way back to Deontay Wilder in his 31st fight. Malik Scott, PBC fighter, yeah? I'm pretty sure he was. Jason Gavin, couldn't tell you. Bermanis Deverne, no, Don King fighter. Okay, so no, that's not in-house. Eric Molina, again, as I said before with Anthony Joshua, I believe he's PBC, but I'm not convinced of it. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm presuming that he is PBC. Johan Duapa, no, he's not. He's some French promoted one. And Arthur Spilker, I don't know if he's PBC because I know Spilker has fought on a couple of their shows, but I believe he could be either top rank or just some Polish one. I'm not too sure. Now, Chris Arreola is a PBC fighter. Much is the fight straight after, Gerald Washington. He's a PBC fighter, another in-house fighter. Bermanis Deverne, as we said before, Don King, not PBC. Luis Ortiz, he used to be a matchroom fighter, but when Wilder fought him, PBC, yes? So Deontay Wilder's had a few in-house fights. And I'm pretty sure if I went further back, when he was with Golden Boy, we'd probably find a few of those as well. So for anybody who's saying, and again, I'm just presuming that it's Deontay Wilder fans, I don't know, not without clicking on their profiles all the time over on Twitter, that I can say, listen, you're wrong. Anthony Joshua has never, ever had an in-house fight. Eddie Hearn has never promoted an Anthony Joshua fight that's in-house, where he's getting a percentage cut from both fighters. This never happened. So if Joshua versus Dylan White happens, and remember when I said Deontay Wilder has first refusal, and he will be offered a whole ton more money than what Dylan White will get to fight Joshua. But yet, if Wilder says no, then you guys are going to say, well, it's what Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn wanted. They always want an in-house fighter, like they always do. If Anthony Joshua versus Dylan White happens now, yes, it will be in-house. But it will be for the first time in Anthony Joshua's career that he's had an in-house fight. Okay? He hasn't fought anybody from Matchroom. And it's one of those kind of things which just seems to be booming over like the last 3 or 4 days, where people are saying this. I don't know where it's coming from. If there's any kind of channel out there that's reporting this, you need to have a word with them to say, listen, if you're going to be reporting boxing news, at least know what you're talking about. Now, don't get me wrong. I get things wrong from time to time. It happens. That's why you guys teach me. Every day is a learning day. Okay? I will teach some of you guys things that you didn't know. Other things, some of you guys will already know. And likewise, you guys will tell me things that maybe I already know. Sometimes I don't know about them. It's how it works. Okay? But no, Anthony Joshua has never, ever, ever had an in-house fight. So if he fights Dylan White, guess what? Why not? Why not indeed? Why is that such an issue when your boy over there in the PBC has had quite a few of them? Anyway, just thought I'd get that news out there for you all. Anthony Joshua has never had an in-house fight, and Deontay Wilder has first refusal. So if Deontay Wilder turns his fight down again and ducks again, like Deontay Wilder has continuously ducked Anthony Joshua, yet calls him out, but yet doesn't sign down paperwork. He ducked Dylan White, he ducked Vladimir Klitschko. In fact, he's ducked So many people, I'm surprised his back isn't hurting. So no, Anthony Joshua has never fought an in-house fight. And why you people say that is beyond me. Anyway, drop your thoughts below. Click that thumbs up and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.